Good evening. A supersonic boost, that's how leaders in the region see the economic potential of expanding Birmingham Airport. But will it ever happen? The government's decision to back a third runway at Heathrow with no mention of regional airports has led to a fierce backlash from MPs and business leaders here. With little prospect of the new runway at Heathrow becoming operational for a decade, could our region's international airport still be required to fill the gap? Our political editor, Patrick Burns, has been following today's events.
With London's airports full up, why not Birmingham? It could handle more than twice the 11 million passengers who currently use it every year. High-speed rail would eventually connect it both north and south. So would today's announcement of the government's preferred option for London also recognise Birmingham in the strategic mix? Labour wanted to know if major regional airports were being overlooked by accident or design.
There's no mention of greater utilisation of our international gateways. And what message does that send to Stansted, Manchester, Birmingham and East Midlands, or about the government's commitment to the so-called Northern Powerhouse or the Midlands Engine?
And one of our local Tories had a pointed question too.
But why can we not still be talking about expansion at Birmingham International Airport?
But the Transport Secretary repeatedly avoided what he called the wider issues, even though the chairman of the Airports Commission, Sir Howard Davies, has said this week high-speed rail would make Birmingham a more attractive proposition for expansion even than Gatwick. One local business leader returning to Birmingham Airport today has no doubt about its economic importance.
It's extremely important. It's sometimes the difference between a decision to go somewhere abroad on business or not. The hassle of going, say, south to London Heathrow, for example, is too much for some people.
That's been seized on by the three main parliamentary parties' candidates to be elected West Midlands Metro Mayor next spring. They want Birmingham to expand into global markets, especially post-Brexit. But the Green Party's candidate for Midlands Metro Mayor warns expansion here would be a bad investment.
I think it's the wrong way to go here. I think becoming more reliant on overseas investment to prop up the economy is the opposite of what we need to be about. We need to be about building a homegrown, resilient economy based on growth areas like low carbon rather than second runways. Airport
Managers say in a statement tonight they're pleased ministers recognise the role it can play when connected to high-speed rail.
And Patrick joins me now. So is this really a setback to Birmingham Airport's expansion plans, Patrick?
Well, those environmental campaigners will certainly hope that it is. They say that any expansion would pay no heed to the concerns of local residents in places like Solihull and Coleshill were up in arms when the flight approach paths were changed recently. But local business leaders, I think, had been hoping that, especially after that intervention by Howard Davies, that there would be a specific recognition of the part that Birmingham can play in the strategic mix after this new runway comes into operation in London. I think the reality is, and I've spoken to both Chris Grayling and indeed Theresa May about this, that they do have a clear appreciation of the strategic importance of Birmingham with HS2, but for their own political reasons today in Parliament, they clearly were working hard to keep the debate narrow rather than broad.
OK, Patrick, thank you for that. A woman who was abused as a child by an